All right. So I'm catching up on chat. Hi guys. Hello. Hi Lise. Hi Jellybean. Hi Susan. Hi Yuri. Hi Dominic. Je suis alright. Also right now I am eating potato dauphine with porcini mushrooms and I'm low-key drooling. It's pretty good. Low-key drooling, really. Okay. Hi Val. Good view, sun is good. Yay. Hi Salome. So I'm gonna eat these before I forget. I don't know who invented gummy vitamins, but that was brilliant. Hey, hi, Erica. Hey, Boxer Paint, hi. Trying to see if I forgot anyone. Otto! Hi! Oh my god, gummies are my jam when I lose my appetite. Yeah, regular gummies. Gummy vitamins are brilliant though, because they kind of feel like a treat, but you know you can't eat the full bottle because it's vitamin. So it's this exact middle ground of like feeling awesome, but also not being able to fall into the bottle and eat them all. Wait, is that not Dab? I'm still awake. Oh my gosh. Poor Otto. I need to send you like Pico energy so you can fall asleep. Hey Marla, hi. Books of paint. Yeah, I really like gummy vitamins. Like I said, excellent treat substitute, and also it's much easier to remember them. Because when you feel like a please just send Pico, I need the full thing. Aww, I would. I think she's sleeping with her sister, which is on its own pretty epic. Like similar to this probably, because that blanket is the current hotspot, So they both want to sleep there, so Pico has to tolerate Scout. There's these gummies called Frutella that taste like those peach gummies. Apparently it doesn't use gelatin. Yeah, no sleep really sucks. I love Japanese sweets, they are so good. They have really good sweets over there. I really like the they have a I never remember the name, but it says a brand of gummies. You would think I'm obsessed with gummies. They're not my main thing, but like the Japanese gummies I'm talking about, they have flavors like strawberries, which is epic, but they also have stuff like mango, pineapple, mandarin, like really cool stuff. We've been struggling with sleep, but it's because we're both having aches, and when the other moves, it's domino pinball. Oh no! Domino pinball? Wait, what? Okay. I decided to mold some paints like yesterday and today, and I need to like clean these up, but that's the 3 colors I've molded so far. So cobalt green dark, cobalt green light, and chromium oxide green dark or deep. Wow, there's so much paint here that it's cracking. Oops. Really need to fix it. So whenever I'm done with a molding a paint, I just do a mono print of whatever's on the side, but sometimes it's a bit too thick, so I might come back with a spray and spray it, and then lift some of the paint. One starts the other, then the ricochet of ow. Oh. Oh no. Okay, so I need to it's like snake skins. Yeah, a bit. It's like cheap cellulose paper, so it has a really obvious repeating pattern. Oh, I finished the... Oh no, I think I stored them. I finished the charts of the mix we were doing. I put them up on Patreon. I'll grab them. Give me a sec. Okay, so this one you saw because I made it. I made it like during a stream with the extra mixes. So that's the oranges. These are the greens, also made during the stream. purples. This one you also saw in a stream. Hey, Beb! Is that Bebna? I know it's not everyone's thing, but I look forward to seeing how the earthy colors turned out. Ooh. Okay, so. And then the yellow and the earth tones / muted colors. Yeah, it might not look super cool on camera, but there's some pretty interesting stuff in there. First of all, the magnesium brown is granulating, so it made for fun effects in this column. The raw sienna kind of has the same issue as the rose doré in that it's kind of splotchy, but not the good splotchy. Like the streaky, hard to lay down flat splotchy. But here there's some pretty cool greens. So that's one. Oh wait, hold on, I had the extra mixes this also made. This, I really like how this one turned out. And then I was trying a bunch of mixes with the splotchy yellow, the good splotchy yellow. Just to see how the subtle granulation would show up. But this one, this is Queen Gold and Van Dyke Brown, and I really like it. Oops. I'm sorry. Lower right. In the mixes? Yeah, this one. This one is good. Okay, so here is the blue and the neutral-ish colors. Again, some really interesting. Maybe I should design this up. Anyway, this one was really cool. It's like phthalo blue-green shade and the magnesium brown. Has a really interesting separation going on. And then you get like some pretty cool indigo kind of hues with the black and the neutral tint. Okay, so yeah, so that's again magnesium brown, the phthalo blue, the cerulean and chrome black. It's always interesting to mix a non-granulating color with a granulating color, or you know, two granulating colors together or stuff like that. Just make me a full pan of that magnesium goodness. Okay, and the last one, that was the reds and the neutral colors. Again, look at this nightmare. That's ghastly. That's what's happening here. But then, like the rest of the mix are kind of nice. I feel like these are perhaps a bit odd, in the sense that I don't feel that mixing these colors brings out something new and surprising. But I really like how these three turned out. Yeah, magnesium brown is awesome. Really like it. So here I was trying to sort of mix something with rose doré that wasn't all splotchy, but you really have to dilute it to get to that, I think. Yeah, it's not a good weirdo. Hey, Lindsay, hi. So that's it. That's what the earth tone kind of gave. Is that somewhat on camera? Somewhat. Sorry. I've made two colors that do that weird syrupy thing. Which pigments? I'm curious. But yeah, that's the. I mean, I don't know. Maybe something in there, Rose Dorée is like that, but I really don't know what happened with raw sienna. Could you mix alabaster? What do you mean? Watercolor brands' earthy colors can be hit or miss. I want a certain tone but not the granulation or the opposite, so tend to mix more. Then go for the pen, yeah. So yep, that's how that ended up. Alabaster, the stone colors. I don't know. I sent you a greenish umber and it's definitely one. And yellow snow was another. But the same pigment that's darker doesn't have the same problem. That's really, really weird. I feel like, you know, all the terre verte, all the PG-23 pigments kind of have this... It's a bit like the pigment like doesn't spread in the water at all. It just like you give it a brush stroke and it just stays there, which is not super great. So I was wondering what to do today. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, let me think. The same thing happens with tube less than student with paints. Yeah, all the paints were from Winsor & Newton. The ones I showed swatches. Yeah, you're right. Cutman. Some colors in the Cutman range have that like goopy kind of weird feeling of paint that just doesn't spread. And I don't mean spread necessarily like going miles, but like I feel like when you paint an area with a regular paint, it sort of evens out a bit. Oh, good tribute. Oh. Hold on. Le truc que tu m'as envoyé est tellement con.
Oui, paf, 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 ça fait du
Ah, il te la varlope, là. Okay, so yeah, it's not auto. Or maybe a cat. I miss a cat stream if you have the energy. It's not necessarily a question of energy as much as finding an idea. I'll grab my sketchbook. Anyway. As you were talking about paint making, and I was reminded of the one where Scout and Pico make paint. Yeah, and one of them bumps up a jar of like pigment. In the last streams, I mostly did the swatches that I've shown, like the main colors, and I did the brown, the mixes with the earthy colors off stream. Yeah, that's the one. And the other has poof tail. Pretty sure I can find it. I saw it recently. Oh, sorry. I have a blanket and I keep sitting on it. Have you seen Ranking of Kings? No, I haven't. I'm currently reading Berserk. Can't remember if it was on a smaller paper or on a bigger one, but I think it was one of these. Ah, there it is. Though I don't think there was no poof tail though. Is that the one? The pen you're using looks like a brand of brush pens that I have that are amazing. First brush tips ever, well, just a shame they don't get along with water. It might be the same because you can buy like you can buy refills. This is a and they have one of these refills has a fine like synthetic hairbrush pen. Part of the large club. Yeah, a lot of people like Berserk, and I had never gotten around to checking it out, so I started with the manga. And yeah, what a shame that the artist passed away not long ago, like last year or something. Mittens, yeah, that's Mittens. Though I drew her a lot. Like, I was trying to figure out... Yeah, the poof tail. I mean, I drew a fair share of poof tails. I love how Scout is using 2 molars, so it goes faster. It's so stupid. Makes no sense. This is the Coco Iro brand. And I really like... I think you'd have a hard time finding a drawing tool that I don't like, but I go through phases. So at the moment, I'm really into sketching directly with those felt. See, I had a bit of a that was coloring pencil. I tend to draw Mittens when we play D&D, so I can sort of figure out how to draw her. There's a bunch of random tests, then some scribbles, and then I started with the Cucuero one. I really like this one. Oh, this one, I love it so much. I haven't been able to like reproduce this level of what I want, but oh yeah, the Cucuero pens are really nice. I have a second one. I actually have a bag like tied to my table that has like an insane amount of pens ready to use. Where's my other Cucuero pen? Oh, there it is. This one has the cats on it, obviously. So, yeah. Then I tried drawing other D&D story characters. Then Gutsy, or Guts. Then more Mittens. And a bunch of copies that happens every once in a while. And here I am. Yeah, she's a Tabaxi monk. Though in the setting they're not called Tabaxi, but it's the same energy. So yeah, it's Mittens. I'm always struggling with drawing. It's like my brain is fighting two urges at the same time. One is to follow the classical studies of anatomy and do something that is anatomically correct, and the other one is like, no, but it's not expressive. You want to do something expressive. So I often sort of end up in somewhere in the middle, and it's just not good. So to be able to draw something that is a bit more cartoony like that is a lot of fun. Zoomies incarnated. Tabaxi monks in D&D. So I know, when they attack so many times, and like I decided that Mittens would be particularly a bit more like a Jorts than a Jean, if you know what I mean. So, and what I like with sketching with these is that you cannot erase. So instead of doing like going through the automatic stuff, you kind of have to think a bit more before you, because you can't erase. So you have to sort of figure it out a bit more in your head before. Vroom. Yes. Honestly, I think my dad would love Elden Ring, but I feel you need a level of technique to play it. My dad is a gung-ho kind of gamer, and he's about trying to beat it. I guess it depends. Like, it's not really. I mean, I don't think there's any games that are my type of games a lot, because I don't. They take too much time. Like, I really like Guild Wars 2, but it's like I'll never do everything in it. That's just impossible. But yeah, I know that the guys at H2H3, they play Elden Ring, and like Ethan's character is a warrior that has no armor, and that, so basically a guy in his underpants wearing, wielding two gigantic colossal swords. Makes no sense, but yeah. My last monk was an Arakokra. Ooh, bird people. Same. The urge to make something realistically proportioned is very strong. Yeah. If the Discord ever wants to run a game and help out some newbies, I'd like a reservation, please. Are you a newbie, or have you played D&D before? There is a thing Elden Ring with kind of gung-ho attitude. Guild Wars 2 is still alive. Yeah, of course, they just released They just released the a new expansion. Oh, I find Guild Wars 2 a massive time sink. I cannot anymore, but Elden Ring all day, please. Well, I don't know. They feel like they're kind of the same, though. Except one is new and one is old. My all-time fav game is FF Tactics, and I'm hearing that they're gonna reboot it. Ooh. The artwork in Final Fantasy Tactics is really nice. I do my best to just not start playing computer games. I have known from a young age that I would not be able to handle getting into them. Like, you would never be able to stop playing it. I wish to play D&D one day with some friends. That would be great. I am the super nerd who's only ever played a few solo tabletops, but always been too weirded out to go into a shop and talk to peeps. Oh, that's next level, dude. And wanted to, but I've played enough MMOs to know that noobs are not treated well. Aw, then you haven't been fortunate. I get very motion sick with games. Oh no. Maybe we need a D&D channel on Discord. I think the best is if you are new to D&D, is to land in a group that has newbies and experienced players, but like experienced players that know they are playing with newbies and are good with explaining stuff. Because it can be helpful to not have every single player trying to absorb the rhythm of a D&D game all at once. And it will take a bit of pressure off the DM too. I had friends in high school that did masquerade and things, but I struggled to be on the same level because they were imagining things around them. I need a literal storyline. Huh. Interesting. There are many different types of D&D players. Like some will do stuff that is quite dark or quite light. Some it's just for shenanigans. Like if you go to stuff like Critical Role, there's a really big like it's a show. Like it shows that it's a show. But you can also have games that feel more casual. Like everybody is just as invested, but Mr. E called it a soap opera for Crit Role, in the sense that everything is so like bigger and borderline blown out of proportion. Like, and then you have your amnesiac twin that you didn't know existed. Like, you know, that kind of whoa all the time. But you can also have just stuff that is silly and fun. Like just something like having a character that is a miser, that can be hilarious. If you feel like acting that out, like, oh, okay, our characters grab lunch, and the person says, oh, what's the cheapest? Or like, oh, I'm not gonna order anything, I will finish the other people's plate. You know, that kind of just silly stuff that can be really fun. That's two. Just hit me up in DMs and we'll figure something out that works with the time zones. F is right. 1 or 2 immediate or experienced players will be very welcome and helpful. There's a thing over there and my brain is like, there's a wall over there. But in the actual discussion of the thing, I'm with you. Which is kind of funny that people want to be healers, because in, I don't know what edition you're using, Lise, but in D&D 5e, 5th edition, you don't really have a healer class as much. Like, I was playing a cleric in the game, and I had a very limited number of healing spells. Let's just say that. That's why I like one-shots and mini-campaigns. Yeah. Here is where it's really important to figure this out in 5e 5th edition, is you need healing potions. They can be expensive, but they're really useful. Oh no, bucks of paint. It's just that 9 out of 10 times I'm playing something with my hubs and he has to be a mage, which means I have to be the healer or he's gonna die a lot and not play anymore. Yeah, there's only like the light domain cleric, and still I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's it. Like, okay, I was playing a trickster cleric, so not exactly the healer, but even then, like, you have a fairly limited amount of spells, and if a dungeon goes for a long time, you sort of run out of them. Like, and there is no skill. You don't really have I don't remember if there's still a medicine skill, but there used to be one, and that was useful to like stabilize people, or you could, I think you could use bandages with that skill or something. My Myers-Briggs is the healer. The medicine skill is there. There's also healer's kits. In 5e? Really? Huh. Hey, Paulo! Can monks have healing power? I don't remember. I think it's generally more like kung fu kind of monks. But yeah, apparently Mercy Monk can. Oh yeah, you still have the medicine skill, really? Huh. Howdy Polo, what good stuff are you baking today? I just made lazy pizza, aka tortilla pizzas. Oh, those are great. I do that all the time too. Hey Lee, hi! I woke up my household snorting. Oh no! What kind of D&D character would yours be? I've seen several use D&D to tell stories with interesting characters. That's an interesting question, but I think the answer is really difficult in the sense that it really depends on the person, right? By the way, have an all that you can sketch in a line book. Why? Especially these ones, the lines are so faint. It also rules when I get to play as a player. I don't have much preference, except I am super over playing evil chaotic. Chaotic evil is not really fun to play. Well, it can be, but you kind of need to have a specific setup for that. Like, and I think it's easier to play if you have experience or play in an experienced group too. I feel like chaotic good is one of the most common. I wanted to say current, but that's not it. So common alignments. Though we kind of don't really rely on alignments as much when my group plays. Chaotic evil is basically you're an asshole. Oh, I don't want to be an asshole. Playing as neutral good. Yeah, that's a bit easier to manage. Like basically lawful and chaotic is kind of pretty straightforward to understand, but then like most people play as good characters. You don't really use alignment as such either. I don't make my players feel that part out. Yeah, exactly. Like it's interesting to think about it, like in terms of setting up your character in your mind, like what the character is like. You can ask yourself questions like, how does my character react if they're presented with this kind of law or this kind of rule in the setting or this kind of situation? What would they do? But like alignment for the sake of alignment is not really useful. A lot of people in my group are playing chaotic neutral and I'm a little concerned. I wouldn't be, because most people will end up playing chaotic good. Like people say they play chaotic neutral, but they all play chaotic good. I think you need some kind of screw loose to act out chaotic evil. No, not necessarily. I think it's really fun if you want to play something like different and you're fully aware that you're playing an asshole. And that's the whole like setup of the thing. That can be hilarious. We've done alignment changes. Yeah, same. All the time. Which is why I'm saying that most people play chaotic good. Like, they wouldn't kill, like, an orphan if they saw one. But they might not give it some money because it's their money, you know? It's not exactly important alignment. I don't play with jerks, so I feel completely safe even if one or more of my player wants to play a dodgy character, because I trust them to not ring. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, but like you said, people say they are chaotic evil or whatnot, but they end up in the wrong alignment. Yeah, no one really plays chaotic evil unless they're experienced players and know what it is to be chaotic evil and are fully aware. I don't know if it kind of takes a sort of step back to be able to play chaotic evil. If a character stats or abilities hinge on an alignment, then you can get interesting party dynamics when the rest of the party does something chaotic evil and someone needs to stay neutral good. Yeah, but that's a bit like setting values for your character. An orphan, a new NPC we can adopt. Yeah, my group is in sort of in the same general idea. Oh, that sounds really cool, Jelly Bean. Whoa, have you seen the daily journal that's out, which you set a goal and play through over 3 months? No, I haven't seen that. That sounds pretty cool. Well, literally the situation I'm referencing, I was a druid and some of the party members burned down an orphanage. Yeah, there's always kind of a it's I feel like it's more like we're at the point where we don't necessarily use alignments for that kind of situations. It's more like values. It's ultimately the same thing, but like instead of justifying the actions of a character by saying, oh, but that's their alignment, like I feel it's more interesting if you can say that they're burning down the orphanage because they hate kids. Like, stupid idea, of course, but you know what I mean. Like, we have that kind of issues sometimes too. Like some players, they want to attack someone, like an NPC / enemy, and the others are like, no, we want to ask some question first, and you kind of have to sell your idea to the rest of the group. It's much minor, of course, but I feel like it's sort of interesting. Yeah, and I wouldn't want to be in this situation you were in, Lee, because that messes up a group of characters. It's called the Hero's Journal. People want inspiration for chaotic evil neutral character. I recommend taking a look at the Drakengard series. Oh, cool. My character is probably afraid of children, but will still protect them. Yeah. I feel like you and I, at least, have been sort of playing for a similar amount of time or have had similar D&D experiences. Ooh, coffee. Sounds like an old crotchetias. Yep. What was the funniest D&D experience you had? I think one of ours, like, there are many, like, over 20 years of tabletop RPG of experience. So, but one of the most recurring one is, it's not gonna be funny when I explain it, but on the spot, it was really funny. One of the players had a character that was a magic user, and his setup was that he would also own a store of magic items, or just like not fancy items, kind of like a dollar store mixed with a secondhand shop, if you can kind of visualize that. And at some point, like we were playing and all that, and someone, the DM asked, what's the name of your shop? And he said the name, and we were all like, that's weird. Why did you call it that? And it was really funny because turns out that he had he had like named the store after him, but wrote it so like not nicely in the book that he didn't realize it was that. So it became like a running joke. I know it's not funny when I explain it, but on the spot it was hilarious. Because we were like, did you just like misread your own name? And it was funny. Yeah, I had a big backstab and I was playing with some chaotic. Oof. Oh yeah, that's... Yeah, big backstory, I figured. Heart and hard work, I like that. But I did sit in a tree and transform into an ox, breaking the branches and landing on an unsuspecting bad guy. I thought it was misread as a naughty word. No, it was like if you had the jelly bean store and you try to reread it and you read it as something else entirely. It was just stupid. Another time that was really funny is the party was on a boat going to a dungeon, quote, because anyway, and one of the players was a druid that could transform into animals and speak to animals, but she had to see them first. Like, you have to see an animal before you can transform into it. And anyway, we enlisted the help of a swordfish. And it was just the most stupid situation ever. Like, the player was like, oh, okay, so I'm playing a sexy female swordfish to speak to the swordfish. And we were like trying to coerce the swordfish to do our bidding by giving him like fish and all that. And we were like, yeah, it finally worked. And the swordfish did our bidding. But like a few minutes later, he came back and he was like, hey, do you guys still have fish? And we were like, what? And then it dawned on us that it's just a stupid freaking fish. Like, it's just a swordfish. It's not intelligent or whatsoever. And that was really funny. But yeah, there's really something about being in a group and improvising on the fly that makes these situations funny when you live them, but kind of not as funny when you tell them. I once had a job for 3 months and all of my checks were made to... That's not my name. Oh no. My husband was DMing and I've been banned from playing druids because the character stats and abilities were too much trouble to keep track of. Wait, what? Well, what did you need a swordfish to begin with? I'll try to explain this situation, but the druid player, we realized that she had a sort of magical tracking device on her. And we wanted to get rid of it, but also to lead our pursuers on a false trail. So we were brainstorming and we're like, oh, maybe we could like give it to a fish to carry somewhere off, you know. And we're like, oh yeah, but how do we do that? And the druid was like, hey, I'll ask a fish. And yeah, that sort of... So, yeah, they gave the tracking thingy to the swordfish, but then the swordfish came back with the tracking thingy, so it's just stupid. But it was hilarious. Also, my current players have started rumors about a very exclusive luxury brothel with a specific specialty between the guards in their starting city. I did not see that coming. Nothing like letting players add to... Yeah! Seriously, like all the thing is you don't really have to limit yourself to say stuff. Oh, but that can't happen. No, it's D&D. It can happen. Like I'll try to remember it correctly, but in the same game with the swordfish and all that, in the town that our characters were set up in, there was like a big forest. It was a city shaped in a circle, big city, but there was a part of the circle that was a forest, and the druids would often go there. And if I remember right, there was a point where the druids wanted to liberate the bears from, I don't remember where. And they liberated the bears, but I mean, it's bears. So the bears live in the forest now, and they kind of roam at night in the city. So you have to be careful when you go out at night because you might encounter a bear. I think that's it. But my druid character once ended a combat by turning from an eagle circling overhead into a polar bear. Directly on top of Big Batty. Nice. Yeah, the group we are, I don't think anybody would have the inkling to burn down an orphanage. Unless it was an orphanage full of demonic possessed. And then again, I think we would first try to unpossess them, if that makes any sense. When I was in Texas, my LARPing roomies used to take my Boston Terrier with them, and no idea what that had him playing, but he always came back exhausted and full of treats. That's so cute! If I played D&D, I'd like to play as a rogue angel who's ambiguously against heaven. Wow. That's really specific. I mean, you can always adapt D&D to be whatever you want, but as a base, I'm not sure it has... I'm trying to remember if it has a sort of heaven and angel kind of thing going on. It has celestials, I think. Oh yeah, ASMR. Yeah, I think that's the word I'm thinking of. Druid and clerics are probably the strongest classes. I think all classes can be pretty epic. The main issue kind of with D&D is that like you usually start level 1, which, you know, is fairly self-explanatory, but it's kind of tough to play as a level 1. Like, you are very limited at what you can do, and your character, most characters don't start being really interesting until you reach level 3, because a lot of them have thing you can sort of choose at level 3 that will really add flavor to your character. Like monk, they choose their way. Like, it's a bit like what kind of monk school they went to, you know. And clerics also, they choose their way at level 3. Like, a lot of stuff happens at level 3. how to play druids anymore and I'm salty. Aww. Did you find a way to play a druid and name them Salty? Yep. That's such a good idea. Clerics choose level 1. T'as-tu un Player's Handbook avec toi?
Oui. Cleric, c'est level 2.
Mystery says Cleric is level 2. He's our DM, so... I know that Monk was level 3, I think. And I'm pretty sure other classes... like have... Anyway, it's not level 1, that's the thing. That's the main... Cleric. Yeah, Divine Domain feature is level 2. Yeah, same. Druids is level 2, where you choose your druid cycle. Circle, sorry. Anyway. Printing off character sheets now. Sorry. Yeah, level 3 I get to pick my month's path. Yep. You can just opt to start a campaign at arbitrary. Yeah, of course. That's what we decided to do with the current campaign. We started level 5 because we've done level 1 through the first 3 levels. We've done them a lot. So to try and do something a bit different, we decided to start level 5. But I wouldn't recommend like a newbie player to do that though. Because even as experienced players, it's you don't have the progression of your skills to figure out how to use them. You're sort of just thrown into the fray with your skills level 5, and you kind of have to sort of figure it out as you go, but it can be a bit difficult. Way of the Cobalt Soup. That's rinse water from painting, right? I have my first ship battle coming up, and honestly I have no idea how to handle it. It's gonna be a riot and possibly a total party kill. Oh no! Like sea ships? Because, I mean, we have airships in some games, so... Mon petit chevalier is one of the few things I know in French. I wonder how you got to... But only because of the Nico song. Okay. I do whatever, but I honestly love starting at level 1 at the moment. Other times it's nice to roll out from higher levels. But Paladin's Authors are level 3, which is like choosing a path. That's why I thought you meant that. Well, I mean, that's what we're saying, right? Like monks, paladins, you choose sort of your specialization not at level 1. Anyway. Yes, a multi-level sea ship with lots of passengers getting run over by sea folk. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, good luck with that. That sounds so much fun. That's our band name now. Cobalt Soup. We have the Cobalt Soup. And it's nice, so some of the characters are asleep and 1 or 2 are awake. It's gonna be chaos. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. We have a game that we do mostly on New Year's Eve. That's like our tradition. And at some point, like we ended up having a game that has level 15 characters. Like we started playing them level 15. They're often like one-shots, but always with the same characters, and it's so different to play a character that has like epic skills and spells, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can banish someone. Okay. I always wanted to play a bard-only game. Oh, that reminds me, I can do a tour. Okay. Because a lot of the stuff in here is D&D character doodles. So if you guys want to see, I can like take them out and just do a quick tour of various D&D characters that I've played. Munchkin is a great game for those kind of moments. Easy to learn, but you get badass and fun equipment. Yeah, and it's a really nice change of pace to be a freaking badass. And I enjoy both. I enjoy being like a low-level character, but since we really never get to, like, we don't play any character long enough to reach the higher levels, so it was really interesting to do that. Oh, if we start a game on the Discord, there will be a lot of art, I'm pretty sure. Ah, so many paintings. That's the main issue with traditional art, is that you run out of space real quick. Like, this box is almost full. Yeah, that's like I said, that's it for me. Reminds me of a YouTuber called Puffin Forest. He made a character with every skill. Sort of jack of all trades, master of none. When my brother was little, we did a kiddie adapted game and custom made a troll bard. We made cards for his abilities so we could physically trade them in. Aww! I feel like in that sense, 4th edition would have been good for that. But you can't delete your traditional art on accident. No. It can delete itself though, like if you have any kind of disaster happening. Okay, so that's Mittens, the current monk. Who did I play before that? I played Cinna. I'm trying to go chronologically. It's not one of them. Okay, then before that I played Cinna. And that's Cinna and his adopted sister. And he was an eldritch knight. And... Can I play Salty the Druid? I love Mittens. Before I played a bard that was named Amaro. He was supposed to be bulkier than that, but... Hey, Ginger! Hello! Leave a plastic crate full to the brim next to a leaky radiator and years of work can be gone in moments. Yup. And before Amaro, I had Erwan, which is my trickster cleric. So I did quite a few drawings of him because I really enjoy playing him. And he had a sword that would talk to him. So that was kind of funny on its own. More of the boy. I think I have a couple more in here. Do I have this one? I had other ones. I guess not. Okay. And then the one-shot holiday special. I played this guy who is a paladin. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then I have like really old characters. This one is from the Exalted, these two actually are from the Exalted tabletop RPG, and this was my Tiefling Ranger in 4th edition. Salty the Druid as Ev's old man. What? What did you call me? Thanks for indulging in this brief tour of the D&D guys. I would have to do doodles to play equipment outfits. Oh, by all means. That would be really cool. Allô? On parle de donjon?
Ton micro est déjà.
Oui. Veux-tu me demander de quoi? Tu veux que je mette à pause 2 secondes?
Ouais.
Hold on, be right back. Okay. Okay, sorry. I am back. Now we only have to find a time slot for multi-time zone. Yeah, that's always, even within the same time zone, finding a time slot for D&D is always the real difficulty. Is it something that could work like the DM posts a circumstance and everyone can do the rolling individually and report back? Or is it better with person 1 does, which causes person 2 to not... Well, you always roll initiative, right? For fights. So, depending on what you roll, there's an order for the fight. For things that are outside of fights, you kind of have to... It's practical to be able to talk with your group so that you can make ideas evolve and... In my experience, play by posts falls apart quick without at least... Yeah, I agree. And it's sort of more prone to misunderstandings and drama, like unwanted drama. I am no bueno at play by posts. That's kind of what we always do, even as a more experienced group, is that the first game is often just about like rolling the characters and character sheets, and if we do a game on the Discord, we're probably going to use something like Roll20 or D&D Beyond, possibly. So yeah, it's helpful to have a first session where everybody figures stuff out. We could do a Euro-friendly one-shot and a US-friendly one if we can gather enough people for 2 groups. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. For the map, I prefer Howl Bear Rodeo. Well, Roll20 works on iPad as well. I was going to doodle some pet emojis, but we'll happily switch to druid-flavored shenanigans. Ooh! Pet emojis, are you doing like a Twitch stream thing? What are those for? Or is it for membership on YouTube? I haven't inked with the brush pen in a while and it shows. Hello, wobbly lines. This is one of the worst line works I've done, but thank you, Salome. I appreciate it though. It's like wobble central. It's okay. It's just the what's the word I'm looking for? You know, it's like me assessing my own skills at the moment, being like, oh, well, it shows you haven't used this in a while. For discard emotes, oh, that's such a good idea. Oh no, I smudged it. Oops. Doesn't really show, but there's a bit of a smudge here. I tried to paint that square black, so it will cover my smudge. I smudged my hand all over pencil and make it gross watercolor ink for me. Are you left-handedly? Because people who are left-handed, they have it worse. Also eventually want to order Ember custom service dog. Oh, she's so pretty. She's grown into such a pretty pupper. I mean, she was an adorable puppy, but you know, like all puppies are cute. also like the challenge of sketching with pen, so I can fix that. Yeah, it's... I like to switch it up. I honestly swap what I sketch with pretty often, but I have a few that I always go back to. I really, really like this infinite pencil thing. So I'm even more conscious of pressure and super easy to use. Ooh! By the way, these brush pens are also available with gray and brown. I know! They're just hard to find. Also, I don't really... I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that those inks are kind of transparent. So if you overlap them, it shows. You know, if that makes sense. So they're using my old practice pieces as greeting cards to put next to gifts, and I feel so shitty when people get overly happy when they get them because their alternate destination is trash can. Oh no! Don't say that! Nope, I'm right-handed, just messy. Okay, okay. But it's a good thing you're not left-handed then. Can you imagine? Amber is gorgeous. She is! She's so pretty. And her and Neuron, they kind of look so photogenic together. Like they match. They have a nice color palette. Oh, thank you so much, Salome. That's so kind. I have to let it dry a bit before I can add on top of it, but... As for colored lead or graphite lead, I've really switched it out. But I really like, for lead holders, I like the colored ones that are from Uni. Otto! I was about to mention like the awesome colored leads you sent me. And also this pen is from, this pencil is from Otto as well. But yeah, I like them because they are 0.5 and they erase so well. And you can get them in like lavender, pink, red, orange, green. And there might be a sort of light blue one. I don't remember. This art is me right now. I don't know how cats can snuggle like that. I could never be a cat because I've been here the whole time, but perhaps in a haze of the... Oh no! If you have to go to sleep, you have to go to sleep too. I'm adding these colored leads to my Japan shopping list. Yeah, they're hold on, let me grab a... It's these. Yeah, there is a light blue, one of those ones that doesn't show up on photocopy. Oh, okay, so it's a non-photo. Like they also have like a separate it's still Uni, but it's a separate range. They have the mint ones. And in general they erase so well. Like I come from a background of using color erase a lot in animation school, and it's a myth that color erase erases. Eventually it does not. It stops erasing. Lol, poor the non-TTRPG people in this comment section. The last hour must have been torture. No, I do. It does seem like a lot of people are into, or at least interested in D&D. So cool. It's okay. I've been buying up yarn. Are you getting the one you can spin yourself? You went to animation. I did. Ages ago. Not a fancy animation school, like nothing like CalArts or whatever, but it was nice. It was a great course. March 12th, 2022, our freak flags fly. Oh. Cool, I never knew. Yeah. It doesn't really show that much, so. Like, it's long ago enough that there could be people in the chat that were born the year I graduated from that animation school. Yeah. Now I ordered some more yarn to use as warp in my weaving. I need them stronger than I can spin, and also yarn for projects. Oh, that's so cool! You'll have to tell me what you plan on doing. I'm curious. I've seen graduate of CalArts. I wonder what they're teaching them. I don't know, but you already need a certain skill set to be able to enter into CalArts. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying that that's a renowned school. And the school I went to was not all about its renown. There are definitely people here born after I graduated. Oh, same. Like, graduated high school for sure. I graduated high school, and then I did two sort of college classes. So I finished the animation one in 2006. He wants a blanket made in colors of the carpet we got married on. Oh, that's so sweet! Yeah, I don't think Twitter existed. Did it? Yeah, I was really happy he asked me to make that for his birthday. That's so freaking sweet. Okay, so I was born before then. Yeah, but I think, like, just barely, right? You weren't very old at that point, if I remember right. He comes up with the best gift. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Oh no, Lise! Yeah, I was like 3 then. Yeah. I can't believe I'm turning 20. It sounds like I should be more adult than I actually am. I understand the feeling, but I feel like it's a feeling that never really goes away. Depending on who you are, but I'm much older and I still don't really feel... Except when it comes to pay taxes. Or like buy a fridge. Yeah, Bugs of Paint gets it. Yep, that doesn't go. I'm glad you guys get it. That's always there. Dude, adulting is hard. Oh, early happy birthday, Dominic. I need adult supervision. Why is this taking forever to dry? What even is adulthood? Yep. Like I said, it's having to buy something like a fridge or a vacuum cleaner and paying taxes. and like having to pay insurance for stuff. But everything else is not very different. If you're right about those other colors of the Pentel brush not being as opaque as the black, I just tested it and posted it in the Afterstream channel. Oh, I'll check that out later. Like, I really like the colors, but to be happy with those, I would have to like work with doing only single lines. So I think they might be fun for stuff like maybe sketching. But for like inking, I would be really nervous about like the overlap of the strokes. Whenever I run into some new challenge, I try to look around for the adultier adult to kind of help supervise. I actually get tax-sponsored adult supervision once a week, and it's the best. I mean, being able to do it on my own would be better, I guess, but yeah, I mean, that's really cool. A hub seems to be born knowing what you wanted to be when you grew up. I'm a jack of all trades, and apart from art and paint making, I still don't have a clue what I really want to do for a job. That's really interesting. That's something we don't sort of hear a lot about. Like, they technically expect you to know, or at least have a broad idea of what you want to do when you end up high school, which is absurd. And there's nothing really set up in a way where you can, you know, try trades before following more thorough learning, if that makes sense. All the stuff I want to do doesn't pay any money, and eventually need. I know what you mean. Not here for it. Oh no, Lee. Guys, we bought the washer and dryer last month, and when they finish, instead of beeping, they have long jingles. Oh man, when we got them wet, they done. Hold on, when? So you sat down and read the user manuals? I'm having a wee bit of existence. No, it's fine. It's gonna be okay. The dishwasher does the beginning of Jurassic Park. What? Coffee machine does the beat of 7 Nation Army. Ooh, nice. It's like they made all washer and dryers to be in the basement and haven't really considered that people sometimes live in apartments where everything is on the same plane, you know? So our washer and dryer, they beep, but like really frequently when they're done, and it's loud. And I can sort of see that if it's in the basement and you are somewhere else in the house and you eventually realize that, oh, it's beeping. But okay, let's try erasing this. Hopefully it won't smudge. Oh no, it did smudge. Bummer, why is this taking forever to dry? I hate it. Urgh. I'm in an at-home high school program. I still have no idea what kind of direction I want to go and if I'm ever able to have a job at all. Which makes me feel so left out of having... Aw. It's really sucky that everything is set up in a way that if you want to do something different, it's made in a way that it makes you feel like it's not normal. It's just... Can I be your artist in residence? Crescent doesn't have appliances because I don't have a house. I don't have a house either, but you can be sure that when we moved in this place, we were not gonna go to the laundromat no more. So freaking done with the laundromat for now. Gonna touch some wood that our machine doesn't break in like 20 seconds, but can anyone please sell a house? Who don't know what to ask for? Nobody knows what they're doing. No, we don't have to go out to wash our laundry anymore. But before we moved into this place, the first few years I was in this city, I had like a mini washing machine, no dryer, just a very small washing machine that you basically plug into. Like you can sort of plug it into your sink if you have to. Like it's on wheel and you can roll it around. So I had that for a couple of years, but eventually it stopped working. So we had to go to the laundromat for a few years. And then when we moved in here, that had a bit more space and all the installations to have a washer and dryer. The first thing we got into this apartment was a washer and dryer. Because and make basically negative money. Oh no. If we got this, we will bumble through it together. Fair. Approve. Okay, let's do some color mixes just for fun because the inks don't want to dry. So this is cellulose paper, but it will do. Bubble nuts. Yep. My washing machine is from where I moved in a temporary apartment. I bought the cheapest one they would deliver into the apartment. I was living in the attic without lift. And it's still working after 3 moves. Oh wow, that's really cool. Oh, mine is already like being a bit buggy. Something closer to Bumblefoot. Oh yeah, do I have it around? I do. I wanted to compare like any kind of green gold to old Hollands. I feel like it's a bit greener. We replaced our washer dryer this year and they have settings so you can start them from your phone. Clive loves it. I think it's ridiculous. You have to set it to Wi-Fi, so why not just start the damn thing? We do too, but don't use the Wi-Fi. I refuse to make my washing machine hackable. Oh no! I don't allow either to be running for hours, so no idea what the feature. I agree with you. I don't let it run if I'm not inside the house. I found a box of buttons and snaps that I assume belong to my grandma's or my mom. It's in a box of toothpaste from East Germany, as in during the Cold War. Oh, that's so cool! Ooh. What the fuck is a faucet? It's Wi-Fi. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, to be honest, because if you turn on the faucet and never stop it, that can be problematic. Hold on, what? So Lee says one of my friends just paid an extra $120 USD to get a dishwasher that could not be hooked up to a phone. He works with IT and just went nope. How? Husband is engaging in psychological warfare with the gerbils and where he made loops. What are the gerbils doing? That's so funny. I'm always paranoid about those things, but less worried with appliances than the nanny cams. Which the old one got hacked. Really? No. They make all the appliances hook up to Wi-Fi and smartphones. No. Has anyone freaking watched the stupid Terminator movies? Like even Dune is anyway. Can you imagine having a Wi-Fi bidet? Someone can hack your bidet to splash water up your ass whenever you don't want. That's freaking stupid. I kept getting notices that someone was watching while we were at work, so we unplugged them ASAP and updated the... Ooh. Our washer and dryer are 2 flights down and in 2 separate rooms 15 feet away from each other because we rent an old townhouse from A+ land. Well, that's good. That's such a difference. But it's also gone down an auction rabbit hole. Look, it's regular price. Oh. That's a good discount. That will mess up with your brain. What's the Like, what do you hope to gain by having a faucet that connects to Wi-Fi? Like, what advantages is it gonna bring into your life? I gotta say, M. Graham colors are beautiful. So, do you guys in chat, anyone uses PG7? Like, what do you use it with? It's so difficult to use on its own. Like, nothing is this color. Unless you decide, like, that the painted walls are this color, you know what I mean? But I never know, I haven't figured out what to mix it with to make it, like, useful in the palette. I have enough please don't try to help phone moments. If my hands are disgusting enough to not want to touch the faucet, they're disgusting enough to not touch the phone. Yeah, PG7 is the pigment. So to mix with purple and Queen Mage, red and oranges, Queen Gold or Nickel Azo Yellow. Do I have? Love mixing it with warm yellows and oranges from scrumptious greens. Okay, let's test this out. Yeah, I remember that you don't have it in your palette, Otto, and I can absolutely see why. It's really difficult to figure out. Peachy set with Pyrrole red to make black. Okay, let's. That kind of neutralizes nicely. Or transparent pure orange or for deep brown. It's a really strong but muted steely blue gray with purple. I have a dioxazine purple on this palette, so I can try that one. With Nicolas. I don't have Nicolas yellow on this. Maybe I should add it. Like, these 10 colors are from the Steve Mitchell palette. And I added cobalt, violet, and anthraquinone blue. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's kind of indigo-y, but maybe not. Like, if I have anthraquinone, I might not need. Yellow green and olive green are two I run out of the quickest in my Schminke palette. The PG7 is perfect. Pretty perfect stuff. I know! Oh man. I have the same issue with most yellows too. Like, I don't use yellow a lot for some reason. Have you tried the Prodigal Son's color? What was that? What's that? It's a workhorse mixer, but very codependent, useless solo. Oh, why? Phthalo green. Why are you so unnatural? Oops, that's not the color I wanted to try. Let's try with this sort of orange color. Oh, that's gonna be weird. Oh, it neutralizes quite well. Like you can get a black somewhere in there. Once I listened to Lee's advice and started using Nicolazo Yellow, I quit using almost all the others. I think that it's an Etsy seller specializing on rare pigments. Huh. My main criteria about pigments is if it's just a pigment, like if it's not paint, if it's just pigment, I want them to be easy to mold. Otherwise, they can take a hike. PG7, good base color for Cthulhu. I don't know. Is it? I'm not even sure. I always pictured Cthulhu as being less like blue-green. But, yeah. It's not like we have photos of it. Let's try with this orange yellow. Oh, that can make a more natural looking green a bit. Somewhere in there. That's still weird looking. I was able to score a large amount of manganese blue. He was able. And he's selling full pans of it, but I don't even think I could find his Etsy. I'd be, I'll have to check reviews first. As much as I like manganese blue, I figured that it's probably best to figure out an alternative right now. Because it's not like it's gonna suddenly become more available, you know. I don't have burnt sienna in this palette, but I have this brown color. I don't remember which one it is, but that's nice. Yeah, those are nice colors. That's a bit more usable. Last Cthulhu Handsome Painted had base PG7 with a bunch of other colors. And oh, that must have been nice. He went all out and there was quite a bit of magenta to balance. I love it. Hope Heffery's doing okay. I've been a bit... Yeah, I agree. I really hope they're doing better. Yeah, that's a really pretty deep green. Oh, we are past 4. I was wondering why my throat was getting a bit sore. I've been rambling for about and forgot to drink my tea. So is there anything you guys want to ask before we end this for today? Time flies when you're mixing greens. Fair point. Hey, bye Salome. So I guess other picture dry now. I don't know. I often, when I ink with the brush pen, I often wait like a full day before erasing the lines, just to be sure. I might keep it for the next stream and maybe draw in ink a second one, so I have 2 for the next stream. So thank you so much everyone for being here, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Otto, I hope you're able to sleep better tonight. Fingers crossed. Oh, thanks, Paulo. Those brush pen lie. You think it's been plenty of time and bam. I agree, especially on watercolor paper. I presume they were unplugging for a while. Might be a good time to send some unsolicited love. Yeah, I agree. Some more stretch for a 4-minute performance. I'm good. This was a nice break. Back to getting. Hey, break a leg, Lise. I hope it goes well. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. See you next Saturday, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great week. And yep, see you guys. Bye bye.